Just how much does it rain in Seattle, Washington? Well, in this video, we're going to support and debunk a lot of the myths to the weather in Seattle. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkey with the Real Agent Now Group right here in Seattle, Washington. If this is your first time to this channel and you want so many videos about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and the weather here in Seattle, then start now by subscribing to this channel. Tap that little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And honestly, we get so many phone calls each and every day and emails and text messages from people moving here, and we absolutely love helping each and every one of them. So if you're thinking of moving or relocating anywhere in the Seattle area, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Seahawk. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. All right, so you can't mention the name or the city, Seattle, without talking about its weather. It's literally the most talked about subject, besides maybe the coffee and the brewskis, but weather is a huge discussion here. So I wanted to just do a video, what it's actually like, to live in the Northwest in Seattle, Washington, and with all this rain. So first and foremost, I want to kind of support some of the, myths you've heard or some of the facts, and I also wanted to kind of debunk some of them. The number one thing, does it rain every day in Seattle? That is so false. On average, there's 156 days of rain in Seattle, Washington. Yes, that sounds like a lot, but you have to think about this for a second. 0.01 inch of precipitation, yes, I said precipitation, counts as a day of rain. So you will see so commonly that in the morning you might get a light drizzle. You'll have some raindrops on the hood of your car or on your windshield, and that is considered as a day of rain. Now, we do get considerable amounts of, gray days. People ask all the time, is it gray there? Do I need to take all these vitamins so that I don't turn into a pale ghost? Well, you kind of do have the summers where you get burnt. There's a lot of sun. We'll get into that. But, it is cloudy, dreary. I've lived here my whole life. I've never had to take pills. I think, people take it a little too far, but maybe it doesn't hurt. But I will say that there are gray days, but the one thing you'll notice, in Seattle and the Northwest is there's, gloomy days, but it seems to, break a lot. So in the mornings, like I said, you kind of have that drizzle, you'll head in, and then you'll see, you'll look outside and it starts, getting sunny and peeking through. The clouds kind of break apart. Those are some of the most beautiful days we have. So yes, it does rain and it is cloudy here, but only 150 days out of the year, we are actually seeing some sort of precipitation. Now, how much rain does Seattle actually get? I think you're going to be surprised by this. Seattle, Washington right here only gets 38 inches of rain per year. The national average, 38 inches per year. So it actually just rivals what the rest of the nation gets. Now, there's a bunch of cities and states down low in the south that get 60, 70, 80 inches of rain. Even up in New York, you get, almost double what we get here in Seattle. The thing about those areas is it can rain really hard and a lot. I used to live in the South for a couple years, and man, when it would rain there, it just would flood. It was crazy. So they're able to gain a lot of rain quickly. Their averages of, rain per year is more like 60, 70. So they're getting half the amount of rain days, but twice the amount of rain. Here, you're just going to see more consistent rainy days and gloomy days. It's just the truth. But with that, we have just 38 inches of rain annually here. Now, does it snow here? We get that a lot. It's pretty rare that it actually snows in Seattle, and if it does, it really shuts the town down. If you haven't been here yet and you haven't noticed, we have some streets that are like straight up and down. So any kind of, ice, snow on those, it is just no-go. Do not be on those. Do not go on those. A lot of employers recognize this. If there's going to be snow, stay home. So yes, if it does, there's actually some really cool sledding hills. And, every once in a while you'll get some snow. Go outside, sled, take the day off. But it is so rare. The one thing you do need to know is that there are some hilltops and mountains, some views around, Seattle, some of our top prestigious neighborhoods that might be 1,000 feet up. So they're looking straight down on the water, but that 1,000 foot, you can get a lot more snow up in there. So if you like those peaks and valleys and views and that type of neighborhood, just know that you're probably more susceptible to that snow than downtown Seattle or some of the flatter areas. All right, so where does this rain come from? Obviously, we're right here on the Pacific Ocean, and that's what happens. The water actually evaporates out of the Pacific, goes up, and once it carries up and over the Olympics, the Olympic mountains, it cools right there. So that's where it's cooling down, condenses, and it creates rain. But actually, there's a rain cloud there. I just did a bunch of research on this, and there's like this rain shadow, and that's what actually helps Seattle to not get so much rain. If you go down to like Olympia, Washington, they get like 60 inches of rain, not very far from us, but Seattle is actually protected from that rain shadow a little bit. But 38 inches is your average. 71 days a year is like straight up sunshine, and you're gonna see this, okay? Our summers here are just baller. Like, you might get a couple days of sprinkles or whatever, but it gets hot around here. It's not gonna be southern hot. It's not gonna be, just burn your butt hot. But yeah, I mean, there's some days it gets in the 90s, and there's plenty of days. Basically end of June, you'll find some killer days when the springtime hits and the sun starts coming out and the rain starts, really going away. Those are the most beautiful days. The trees are blooming, the flowers are blooming, and it's getting sunny, it's getting bright. Everybody's outside. I mean, we're outside anyways all through the winter and the drizzle, but man, when that springtime hits and, it really goes away and everything's growing, it is just a remarkable, sight. So the summers here are just amazing. You have all the water sports, kayaking, canoeing, fishing, hiking, all of that. And that's what you get with the Northwest. You have to just embrace what it is. And for clothing, I mean, you're going to typically see people like some sort of lighter rain jacket, maybe with a hoodie or a coat under that. It is so typical. I mean, you don't see people with umbrellas here a lot. We joke that, you're not from Seattle if you, or if you use an umbrella. And that's mainly because it just doesn't rain that hard. It doesn't downpour all day. It's those drizzles. So you just got to get where you're going quick, maybe throw your hoodie on, and you're going to where you need to be. So I really hope you kind of get a better understanding that, it doesn't rain here every day. Yes, it is gray. Yes, it does rain. 150 days a year of precipitation, 0.01 inch. So it does. It's the Northwest. And if that is just something that you can't handle, I would not suggest moving to the Northwest. But if you do and you actually enjoy that rain, you want to get out and hike in those areas. You want to enjoy a cup of coffee on a colder day, on a really, crisp morning. This is the place you want to be. And in order to do that and find your perfect spot, you got to reach out to us and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Seahawk. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. And again, if this is your first time to this channel, you want to know everything, see tons of videos about Seattle, Washington, then start now by subscribing to this channel. Tap that little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And until that next video, we'll catch you later.